My last hope, that's what you are to me now. Not just someone I love, but someone I believe in when everything else feels lost. Sweetie, I can't let you go. Not because I want to hold you tight out of fear, but because letting you slip through my fingers feels like losing the only piece of peace I have left. I've messed up. I know that. I've said the wrong things. Got quiet when you needed words. Pushed you away when all I wanted was to pull you closer. And maybe now you're tired. Maybe you're doubting if this is still worth it. And I don't blame you. But please, hear me out. You weren't just a part of my life. You became the part that made everything else make sense. Before you, I was just surviving, waking up, working, moving through the days like they didn't mean anything. But you brought color back into my dull world. You gave my thoughts a voice, my heart a place to rest. And now that I feel you slipping away, I feel everything shaking. Not because I can't live without you, but because I finally started living with you. And going back to who I was before feels like losing the best version of me. There's so much I didn't say, not because I didn't feel it, but because I didn't know how to say it without getting it wrong. I kept things buried, kept trying to look strong, kept pretending I was okay, even when I wasn't. And now I see that silence hurt more than any words could have. You deserved honesty. You deserved warmth. You deserved to know that I wasn't cold. I was scared. Scared that if I gave you all of me, you'd see the broken parts and walk away. But now I'm standing here, watching you drift away without ever really knowing how much I loved you beneath it all. So this is me finally saying it. Raw, no filter, no fear. I love you with a kind of weight that sits in my chest every night. I love you in the way my body reacts when your name lights up my screen. I love you in the way I feel calm just hearing your voice say, hey. And I know love alone might not fix everything. I know we've been through our share of rough. But I need you to know you were never just someone I cared about. You were the only thing I believed in when I stopped believing in everything else. And now, with my hands wide open and my heart finally honest, I'm asking you, please don't go. Not yet. Not when I've just learned how to stay. When I think about you, I don't see big moments. I don't see anniversaries or celebrations. I see mornings, your hand on my back, when I said I was fine, but you knew I wasn't. I see nights, us sitting in silence, just breathing in the same room, not needing to say a word because being close was enough. I see the little things you never knew mattered. The way you remembered the smallest things I said. How you always left the light on when I was running late. The way your voice softened when you knew I needed comfort but didn't know how to ask for it. You were never trying to save me, but somehow you did. Every little gesture, every patient glance, every moment you stayed, it brought me back to myself, piece by piece. And now, without you in those spaces, everything feels colder. Like I'm back in a house that used to feel like home, but all the warmth is gone. That's what losing you feels like. It's not just heartbreak. It's losing the rhythm of all the little things that made life feel worth showing up for. So when I say, sweetie, you're my last hope, it's not about desperation. It's about knowing that what we had was real. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life trying to find something that already existed between us. I didn't mean to push you away. Not like that. Not in the quiet, slow way I did. But I did. And I see that now. It didn't happen overnight. It started with short replies, with missed calls, with I'm just tired, when really I was overwhelmed by how deeply I felt for you. Because loving you, it wasn't light. It was full, real, deep, and I wasn't used to that. I didn't know what to do with someone who wasn't trying to use me, fix me, or save me, just love me. I told myself I needed space, that maybe we were getting too close too fast, that maybe I needed to figure things out first. But really, I was just scared of being fully seen. Because you saw parts of me I spent years hiding, and instead of running, you held them like they were soft, not shameful, and that scared me. Because once someone sees the real you and still loves you, you have something to lose. And I didn't know how to protect that. So I did the only thing I knew. I distanced myself before I had the chance to mess it all up. But in doing that, I did mess it up. I made you question things you never should have doubted. I made you feel unwanted when you were the only one I wanted near. And now I'm here, trying to undo silence with truth. I'm not asking you to forget. I'm not asking you to act like none of this happened. I know the cracks are there. I know the trust got shaken, and I take full responsibility for that. But what I am asking is for a chance, not a reset, not a clean slate, just a real one. A chance to show you that I've learned, that I'm still learning, that I'm not the same person who let fear speak louder than love. I'm not promising perfect. I'm not saying I won't stumble, but I am saying you'll never have to wonder where you stand again. I want to show up now in the way I should have before, not just when things are good, but when life gets quiet, messy, confusing. I want to build something with you that's strong, because we chose to rebuild it, not because it was always easy, but because it was always worth it. And if you're still holding on, even just a little, then I'll hold on with you. Not by force, not by pressure, but with patience, with action, with presence. Because I know what it's like to live without you now. And I don't want to feel that distance again. So this is me, standing in the middle of my flaws, finally steady, saying I don't want perfect. I just want you still now, tomorrow, if you let me try. I knew words wouldn't be enough. Not this time. Not after everything I didn't say when it mattered. So I stopped trying to explain so much and started showing up. I didn't send long messages. I didn't try to convince you with promises. I just started doing the small things again, the ones that used to matter to us, the ones you noticed more than I realized. I remembered your morning routine, sent a gentle check-in when I knew your day would be heavy, shared music that once made us feel close without saying anything more than, "This reminded me of us." And when I saw you reply, not with full emotion, but with a soft, simple response, I knew you were still listening, maybe not fully ready, maybe not all in, and that was enough. Because I'm not rushing you, I'm not here to press, I'm here to prove, with patience, with consistency, with the kind of presence I should have given you before. I want to be steady now. I want to be safe. Not perfect, safe for you, for your heart, for the version of you that still wants to believe this could be real again. And if it takes time, I'll wait. Not outside your door, not filling your phone, but quietly rebuilding the bridge between us. One honest step at a time, because love isn't about chasing, it's about choosing, and this time I'm choosing right. It didn't happen all at once. There was no big moment where you said, "I'm back," but I felt it in the way your replies grew softer again, in the way you asked how I was doing, not just out of kindness, but because you still cared, in the way you didn't block me out, even when I knew you had every reason to. That's when I started to feel it. Hope, not the loud kind, not the kind that rushes in and takes over, but the quiet kind that lives in small actions, in gentle effort, in your voice when it stopped sounding distant. I noticed the shift. You started sharing things again, little updates, small wins, your day, not deep, not heavy, just open. And I didn't take it for granted. Because I know what silence feels like now. I know what it's like to lose your place in someone's heart. So every message, every check-in, every time you didn't turn away, it meant something more than anything I could say. You didn't have to tell me. I'm trying to. I felt it in the way you didn't close the door, in the way you left it open just enough for me to keep showing up, not with pressure, but with patience. And it reminded me, sometimes when love is real, you don't need big words to come back. You just need two people to quietly meet in the middle again. No performance, no promises, just presence. This time, I don't want to love you with fear. I don't want to hold back. I don't want to wait until something feels safe before I open my heart all the way. Because I've learned now, the most painful thing isn't losing someone. It's knowing you didn't give them your whole heart when you had the chance. So this second chance, it's not about proving I deserve you. It's about showing you that I finally understand how rare you are. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. No more silence. No more pride. No more letting fear speak louder than love. I want to love you in the way that never makes you question. In the way that feels like peace, not pressure, like home, not uncertainty. I want to be the one who listens deeper, who notices the things you don't say, who protects your heart without ever making you feel like it's too much to carry. You were never too much. I was just too afraid to be enough. But now I'm here with both hands open, with a heart that's been humbled but not hardened. And I promise you this, I will not waste what we still have. Whether we start slow, whether we rebuild piece by piece, I'm here, and I'm not letting go this time, because you weren't just my last hope. You were the only thing that ever felt like home.